Let's make some shotgun shells in Blackstone's new pellet grill. I'm going to start these shotgun shells with some leftover pulled pork that I made into pellet grill. I'm just going to take a little handful of it and chop it up just to add a little bit of flavor to my shotgun shells. You don't have to do this, or you can use whatever meat. Maybe you have some brisket or chicken or anything that you want to throw in here. It just adds a little extra flavor. The main meat I'm going to use is just a pound of ground beef. I'm going to go ahead and get that cooked down on the griddle. I'm going to go ahead and chop it up real small and let it cook all the way through. While that's cooking, I'm going to take an entire block of cream cheese and I'm going to throw that into a bowl. I'm also going to take some manicotti noodles that we're going to use for our shotgun shells. While this ground beef is browning on the griddle, I'm going to go ahead and add in that chopped up pulled pork that I had. Let that get heated back up and kind of melded with the ground beef and everything and mixed all together. And I'll just keep cooking that and mixing it up on the griddle until the hamburger is cooked all the way through. While that finishes cooking, I'm going to go ahead and preheat my Blackstone Pellet Grill. I'm going to set this to about 300 degrees. And now that my meat is completely cooked through, I'm just going to take that straight off the griddle, nice and hot, and throw it directly on top of that block of cream cheese that's in the bowl. Then we're going to just use a fork and I'm going to mix this meat and that cream cheese all up together, just so that that cream cheese has a chance to kind of soften and melt through and get mixed completely with that ground beef. Next, I'm going to top this with some shredded cheese. You can use whatever cheese you want. Anything would really be good in this. Cheddar cheese, Mexican cheese. I just happen to have some leftover pizza cheese here that I used from making pizzas the other night. So I'm going to throw in about a half a bag of this pizza cheese right in there with our meat and cream cheese mixture. And then I'm going to finish this mixture off with some seasoning. I'm using Meat Church's Holy Voodoo seasoning. Again, use whatever seasoning it is that you prefer. Simple salt and pepper would work just fine. I like a little bit more flavor, so I use this Meat Church seasoning. Almost any of the Blackstone seasonings could be good in this as well. Mix that all the way up in there real good. And then that's our mixture for the inside of our shotgun shells. Now I'm going to take a gallon-sized Ziploc bag and I'm going to use this as like a piping bag to fill our shotgun shells. So I'm going to just cut the corner off. I'm going to make it a nice big cut so that I have plenty of room to squeeze that meat and cheese out. And then I'm going to take that whole bowl of meat and cheese mixture and just fill that gallon-sized bag with it. Then I'll take my manicotti noodles. Notice that these are still hard. They are not boiled. I know what some of you might be thinking, how are they going to soften up? And I promise you, as they slow cook in the smoker between the meat and cheese inside and the bacon we're going to wrap these in, they will soften up while they cook in the smoker. So you'll notice I'm using my fingers to just kind of hold one end, just in case any of that meat and cheese mixture wants to fall out the other side while I'm pumping it in. And then I'm just going to use my other hand to squeeze that meat and cheese mixture into those manicotti noodles so that they're filled all the way up. If you find that it's not squeezing easily, your hole may not be quite big enough, so just use your knife and cut a slightly bigger hole. Just be careful not to make it too big so that you can't work with it. You may have to flip the noodle over to fill up the other side as well. Just be sure to hold your finger over the other end so that nothing spills out the backside. Once you have all your noodles filled up, now we're going to take a pack of bacon. And I'm just going to open that bacon right up. And I'm going to do one slice of bacon per noodle. One slice of bacon per shotgun shell. So I'm going to try to cover the end with the bacon, and then I'm going to wrap it around as best as I can, trying to cover as much of the noodle as possible. Wrap it all the way around and try to cover the other end with the other end of the bacon. Just to show you that again, cover the end, wrap it around, work your way down to the other side, and then use the other end of the bacon to cover the other end of the noodle. Once you have these all wrapped in bacon, I'm just gonna season them up with my holy Voodoo seasoning again. Make sure you get all sides of these shotgun shells as you season them up. So you're gonna need to flip them over and season the other side as well. And now we should be ready to go ahead and put these in the smoker. I'm gonna put them in the preheated smoker directly on the rack. We're gonna let them cook in there for about an hour, and then we're gonna come back and add some barbecue sauce. Once you have them all in there, go ahead and close up the smoker. About an hour later, I'm gonna come back and check on them. They're looking pretty good. I'm just gonna take my favorite barbecue sauce here. I'm using just Sweet Baby Ray's. And I'm gonna try to coat these things all the way over with this barbecue sauce by just brushing it on directly on the grill grate here. And then you're gonna wanna flip these over and get the other side as well. That way they're completely covered in barbecue sauce. Then I'm gonna close that back up and let them go for about another 30 minutes. Then they should be done, ready to be pulled off. You can see that that barbecue sauce has become kind of nice and tacky on the outside of them. And again, I know some of you are thinking these noodles probably aren't cooked all the way through, but I promise you they are. They're plenty soft. They're gonna have a little bit of bite to them, almost like an al dente, but that's what you want. If they were boiled, they would just be way too delicate and you wouldn't be able to handle them. And that's it. Serve them with a side of your favorite barbecue sauce, and there you have some beautifully smoked shotgun shells made on the Blackstone Pellet Grill. These are so good, perfect appetizer for your favorite game or just as a treat for when people come over. I hope you guys give them a try. Let me know if you do. Till next time, thanks for watching.